Praise. All right, we're welcoming our next guest into First at 4. Jon Torres is with us. He's the owner of Ashtabula Grappling Club. I love this. Jon, welcome into First at 4.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So much this time of year, people are looking at their health, looking at those fitness goals, wanting to get back in a gym, but sometimes it's just not for them, looking for something a little bit different, and perhaps that's where you come in with Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Yep, that's right. I've been doing it for about 7 years.
Okay.
It's something that's a little bit different. A lot of the times, it can get a little redundant when you're going there, and if you're going to a traditional gym
Sure.
and you're on the treadmill or you're riding the bike all the time and you're lifting the weights, that's great for a lot of people. A lot of people love it, and that's what's great for them. But that wasn't what was good for me. I felt like a hamster on a wheel a little bit. But this is a way for me, it was a way to spend a little extra time with my kids, because my 2 sons were doing it when I started. And then it also gave me a way to get in shape where I wasn't really thinking about the exercise I was doing. I'm really focused about, if you're not familiar with Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, it's a martial art.
Okay.
It's mostly focused on grappling. So I'd say the martial art that it's closest to would probably be wrestling.
Okay.
It's like wrestling, but instead of trying to pin your opponent on the ground, you're trying to submit them through things like strangleholds or joint manipulations, things like that. It sounds way scarier than it is.
So does it require a lot of strength?
No, actually, the best part about Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is it was actually designed originally to help the smaller or the weaker person be able to defend themselves against a stronger opponent or a bully or an attacker. Mostly based on using things like leverage and positioning and balance to maybe off balance or outmaneuver a bigger or stronger opponent.
And I was looking at the list of classes that you have on your website, and you have a whole host for kids, for adults, women-only classes that focus on that self-defense, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, we are so proud of our women's-only program. As much as I hate to say it because I'm not allowed to go there, it's going on tonight is our Women's Only Wednesday. It's ran by women even. Wow. Sometimes we'll get guest instructors that'll come in, but 95% of the time it's ran by women, for women. So if you've never done the sport before or you want to try it for the first time, you don't have that uncomfortability about big, scary, bearded guys being in there. You can go in there and be in a little bit more of a relaxed atmosphere. You don't have to worry about, having to work with a guy. You can work with another woman, and they're so empowering of each other. They believe in each other. They pump each other up.
That's great.
Sometimes when I'm leaving at the end of my classes, I'm hearing them getting all pumped up, and I'm like, man, I wish I had a wig in my truck. I'd come back in and try and sneak in.
Not allowed.
Right? They wouldn't let me.
Talk about the kids' classes. Why is this so appealing to kids?
So for a lot of the same reasons, a lot of people are getting away from some of the organized sports, some are losing popularity for this reason or another. And, not every sport's for every kid. Some kids, they'll go through and they'll play baseball and football and basketball, and it just doesn't catch click with them. And, things like wrestling and jiu-jitsu, some people, like I said, myself, I do a better job when I'm problem solving. I do a better job at sports when I'm really trying to figure things out, and it's challenged me mentally. And some kids are just that way. Everyone learns differently.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times when we talk about physical fitness, it relates so well to your mental health and mental fitness. How does jiu-jitsu help with mental health? It's
a huge thing. I mean, that's one of the biggest benefits that I take away personally from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is, well, I have to teach 4 classes a week, so I have to be there. But even, I want to be there on the classes I'm not there because I know it's good for me. Even the days where I wake up and I don't want to go to class, or I'm sore or I'm tired or, I got some stuff around the house I want to do, as long as I can talk myself into getting in my truck and getting on the road, I might not want to walk in the door, but I'm here already. As soon as I walk in that door, I'm like, I'm here, I might as well do it. I'll do class, I'll work hard, and then, by the time I walk out the door, usually about a half hour into it, I'm like, man, I'm so glad I came today.
You never regret going.
Yeah, my friends are there, we're talking, we're conversing, we're getting in shape together. Yeah,
and how long is a typical class?
Typical classes are about an hour long. Our kids' classes are 45 minutes, can't be too long. You got to keep the retention.
Yeah, and a free week trial. Is that still going?
Yeah, free week trial. If you
Great.
mention first to four, we'll give you 2 weeks free.
Awesome. Wow.
And then, yeah, you know, if Ashtabula is a little bit too far for you, I have a couple friends who run gyms up here in Erie. They've been very supportive of us since we opened in
Awesome.
September of 2022. Metalao Jiu Jitsu, if you're on the west side, or Harbor Creek is Underground Jiu Jitsu. They're both friends of mine. They've been supportive. They've come out and taught classes for us. So I want to give them a shout out if you can't
really
make it down to Ashtabula, because they're great people.
Well, Jon, thanks so much for coming on and sharing a bit about
you.
Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Maybe it's for you. Check them out online as well. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.